What's up, family members and victims? Ace right here. In today's video, we got some juicy patch notes for today as this video goes up. The September 26th Update 4 patch. Very good patch, in my opinion. I already scrolled through them, but we're going to get through it together. Very good patch, but let's just get right into it. So, first thing, two things for Hitchhiker, a little bit of issues that are fixed. There's a trap exploit that is now fixed, and then weird interaction issues. If victims stepped in a trap, you were no longer able to interact with gaps or crawl spaces. Those things are fixed. The first interesting thing about this patch is Johnny and Sissy had a greater lunge than Hitchhiker, Cook, and I'm guessing Leatherface too. So now that is nerfed, and they are now more in line with each other. And also, is this should also correct the Johnny build we're seeing used in Pellet Magics. They might be referring to the one with the Scout and Never Tuckered Out build that I've been using and a lot of people have been using. You just see Johnny run around the map, swinging everywhere, and never running out of stamina. And it was really overpowered because he could 4-tap you, and he's literally just running around the map, just swinging. It just looks ridiculous. I thought there was a hacker at first, but no, it's just a weird build. We'll see how that is affected. A weird brightness cheat that was on PC is now fixed. And now here's an interesting one here. Hitchhiker traps at ladder exits. We have adjusted the area at the top of the ladder where hitchhiker traps can be placed. I'm going to guess you can no longer put it right where the victims crawl up and be instantly trapped. That was very overpowered because it on a map like Family House and Gas Station, there is two ways that you needed to go up a ladder. So you could easily shut those down with two traps, and then you're down to 3 basement doors. It could be very annoying. Also, with the Hitchhiker insane damage perk, it's called Venom. It is his unique perk that does extra 30 damage if you caught in a trap. That was really annoying, so I'm glad that should be gone. But also, this still allows for strategic play, but will give victims an opportunity to counter the trap. I'm just curious to see how this plays out. And now for a change that family members have been needing, and I can tell you when this patch goes live, I'll be playing family. Change, fuse box reset. The family can now turn the fuse box off after a victim turns it on. There is a cooldown applied to the switch similar to generators of car batteries. This isn't really crazy good because I'm going to guess there might be like a 20-second period where you can't turn it off and then you can all of a sudden. It's not very helpful. And I think the main issue with the fuse box is you're just able to get it going so quickly that, and the only other way to stop the fuse box is putting down a hitchhiker trap in front of it, which if there's a hitchhiker, you should see my solo build. I incorporate my builds to have bomb squad to counter their hitchhiker trap, so there's no really good way to defend the fuse box still, other than full out camping it. So fuse box still going to be an issue, but at least family members can turn it off now. And then now family members, this is all what we've been waiting for. Family stun immunity. Family now has a 10-second stun immunity period after initial stun ends. So whenever you get out of that stun animation, you have 10 seconds of immunity, so no more combo sneak attack things. Those days are over. That is very weird. But there is a thing to note. There is no stun immunity after a family member is stunned by a victim bursting out of a hiding place. I have never been stunned in my 100 and whatever hours playing. No victim has stunned me out of a hiding spot, so I can see why this is a thing, but maybe we're getting into a meta where victims will go into hiding places and burst out to chain stun people. We will see. Door slamming will have no effect on family members if they have stun immunity. I'm going to guess that you also get stun immunity after being hit by initial door one, so you can't really spam the same door anymore. I do like my other way that I suggested, like the door breaks after stunning either a family member or victim, but you know what? I'll take it. Close encounters all vary in duration due to visual affairs have different stun recovery times, therefore the immunity period is different for each. So this is interesting. You're gonna have different times for the stun immunity. Sure, this I don't know. This is interesting. This is still overall buff for family that has been very needed since day one. So I'm gonna guess Leatherface has more stun immunity than the default 10 seconds. That's my only guess. Then Taekwondo has been supposedly reduced. I thought these values were like I don't were like less in the main game, but I think they're nerfing Taekwondo. So thank goodness, I guess. These numbers look higher. I don't know. But this has been nerfed. Agitator's been nerfed. Two big perks on the victim side being nerfed is a huge good thing. These perks were the most problematic. I'm glad to see them be toned down a notch. They're still usable. They've just been toned down into a fair way, and I like it. Now here's another interesting one. This is another nerf to victim mains. Stealth performance in minigames. We have just the amount of noise generated in gathering minigames when at full stealth. So if you have 50 stealth, you can now make noise, which is ridiculous because now what victims are going to do is take their points out of stealth and just rush actions anyways, because if you get max stealth, you're still going to make noise. It's kind of like, what's the point at that? Like, stealth is now just a useless stat, is what I'm getting out of this. We'll get into the other, like a comment confirming this. You would think this would make less noise, but nope. You're going to make noise when at full stealth now. It's just weird. And Leland's also getting a nerf where his stun duration upgrades for his lifesaver ability have been changed. So I'm going to assume this is a nerf too to Leland. I'm going to assume it's no confirmation. We'll have to see when the update drops. There is a time for it? Roughly at 2 p.m. Eastern. Oh, here, right here. 2 p.m. Eastern, the update will roughly drop. But now let's get into some other things I've seen on the Reddit. So here is the community lead, just pretty much backing up what I said. Even victims who have 50 stealth can now generate noise if they're not careful. This is a bad change because now victims are just going to put their points into something else and just spam rush actions. It's just going to make everyone rush things. Bad change, in my opinion. We have this guy over here talking about door stun is ridiculous. Well, I hate to tell you, family member main, but there, you got some stun immunity coming your way. Also, I just want to touch on this post right here. Oh, can't see my mouse. But family players are saying they're going to start dodging Sissy and Johnny. I don't... Sissy is useless now, so I can understand it, but Johnny too is like, okay. That's kind of how the game is right now. Cook and Hitchhiker are so vital and necessary. I feel like they didn't really address that this update, other than like nerfing Johnny and Sissy further with the lunges. It's like, Sissy's dead in the water right now. She's like a throw pick, so I guess I could see that. And then Johnny is only very good on occasion. We'll have to see what the damage is done after they change his build a little bit. Then we have this person right here saying this is not a victim nerf or a family buff. This is definitely a victim nerf and a family buff. It just makes the game more enjoyable for family. It just makes victim less focused on trolling the killer and more on trying to escape, which is overall I think this is a good direction to take the game. But you know, I could see how people had fun trolling the killer. It was not fun on the other end. Something had to give. And we have this guy pretty much saying what I said is 50 stealth now makes noise is a bad change. I'm going to leave it at that one. Let me know what you guys think of the patch notes and the update. I think it's overall pretty good, other than this new stealth change being kind of weird. But yeah, let me know what you think. Leave a like if you like these types of videos. I probably will do one every week or whenever there is patch notes, because I really do care about this game, and the patch notes so far have been lackluster, but this one looks promising. I really hope they bring back crossplay soon, because the player count has definitely suffered since they turned that off. They need to bring it back now. I've only ran into like a handful of cheaters compared to when they turned it off since then. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.